Hello, my name is Alex Williams, and I am doing my presentation over Evernote. I've never used this app before, but I wanted to try it out just to see what all it would do. So to access Evernote, you can either go to the website evernote.com, or there's an app that is for both Apple and Android. It is free, but you can pay for an upgraded account. The added features, when I looked at them, could be helpful, but they weren't necessary to run the app. To save your work, you need Wi-Fi or internet access, unless you pay for premium, which is one of the few perks of having it. This app, for the most part, what it does is it helps you take notes, make to-do lists, and you can organize your plans, all of that fun stuff. So, to get started, you can go to evernote.com, which is where I went. I didn't try it out on my phone, but I did mess around on their website a little bit. So to get started, over here on the left side of the screen, you can see where it says New Note. If you click there, there's multiple different options of note types you can make. And then here in the center over here, you can see where you have your notebook, where you have all of your different notes that you take. And for you to share it, which I will kind of go over more in depth later, you just click the green share button on here, and that's available on all of your notes you take, and you can share it through email. So the first thing that I noticed was it's just a simple note-taking page that you could do where you can change your text, you can change the font, the color of it, all of that fun stuff. Like I said, there's the share button in the corner there that you can use. You can come up with the title and you can just start typing straight from there. Also with that I found was kind of helpful for teachers was there's where you can take meeting notes. So if you have to go to professional development or you have a building meeting that you have to go to, you can keep track of notes. So you can say date and time, your goal, what your agenda is, and your notes, and come up with some action items you want to do afterwards or things you need to do later. It also could be used for students to take notes as well. Also, you could share this with other colleagues who might have missed the meeting, and that way they can see what they missed out on. There's also a to-do list. Like I messed around with it, I said today I need to do the resource tutorial project. Those could be kind of helpful just to keep track of things or to even help students to keep track of things they need to do. There's also a weekly planner that would be very helpful for students because I know a lot of my middle school students I've worked with don't do well with planners, but maybe having a digital one might help them out a little bit more. I went ahead and I just filled it in for what I have to do this week. I'm actually getting married next weekend, so I figured I would throw in there that I was getting married and all the stuff I have to do this week. There's also the option to do a project plan. You can edit everything in these by the way. So like where it says summary, you can change summary, you can change major milestones to whatever you want to change it to. So if your students have a big project they need to get done and they have different tasks they need to do, you could have them fill this out, or you could give them kind of a deadline of this is what you need to have done for your project by each day. Alright, and so next you have your lecture notes. Your students, you can share your lecture note, have them share their lecture notes with you afterwards for kind of just to check to make sure they're paying attention to the lecture. They also kind of follow close to the Cornell notes if your school or your classroom uses that. The next thing I really liked, especially for an ELA teacher like me, you have there's an essay outline you can do, so you can give your students this essay outline to have them go through and create their own essays, especially if you're working on one in your class. It has the introduction, body, paragraphs, and what you need for each one, and your conclusions. Next is a daily reflection. I really like this, especially as a new teacher, because I can use it for after lessons. Also, my students can use it. I can use it as a check for understanding to see what they thought went well, what didn't go well for them, that kind of thing. Next is the meal planner. This was kind of extra that was thrown in there, like especially if I know teachers are really busy, this could be helpful in that they could use it to keep track of what it is they need to eat that week. And also there's a shopping list you can add on to the bottom. So if like you're sitting there realizing you need something for your classroom, throw it on the shopping list and you have it right there on your phone. Last, how to share. So it has like the basic share link where you can either copy the link, you can disable or enable it to where anybody who has the link can access it, or you can send it to different people. So like you can send it to your students and say, hey, you need to work on, or this is what you need to turn in for class. Can you fill one of these out, and then have them do it. So the basic overview of this is you can have student note taking. You can also have them share with teachers if they take notes as a informal formative assessment to make sure they're paying attention. Help both teachers and students organize their schoolwork. Students and teachers reflect on lessons, and you can collaborate with colleagues.